Hunt with passion. Never stop casting. Chase the dream. Welcome to Season 4 of Musky Mastery Outdoors. Brought to you by Joe Bucher Outdoors, #1 in big game fish products.
Of my many rules. Another one, but you know, because I'm not having anybody drive with me this year, is no food in the car. Never. Nope, not even French onion soup. You know, no way, man. Guys start opening, you know, I'm like, I always tell people right away too before they get in. I'm like, dude, sorry guys, but they get in there with all their apples and beef sticks and oh, got it right there. Oh my gosh. Oh. Okay, let's see if I can. Oh, should I hit continuous? Okay. Wow, I can keep her hooked, dude. I'm gonna bring her over to you. Okay. Oh boy. Hang on now. Get back up a little bit. Okay, here she comes, dude. Get her. Hang on, dude. Got her? Yes! Oh, nice job, dude. Woo. Nice job, dude, in the figure-8. Oh my God. That was wild. Sorry, girl. There we go. Okay. Oh, look at the girth on that muskie right there. Wow, guys. BlindStrike on the baby DR. Guys, you got to remember, when you're fishing rocks and you're cranking depth raters, always be vigilant, be very careful on your figure-8s, because these muskies, remember, that depth rater is coming in deep and these big tanks follow it deep, and man, I was just about to take another cast, but I'm glad I didn't. She hit it on the very last turn of that 8, just before the cast was complete. And a beautiful muskie here, no moon phase, just a small bait, small lure downsize, sunny conditions, and we scored on a hog. Let's get her back and I'll fill you in on the details. All right, guys, well, welcome to this Musky segment. We have got yet another bluebird, just sunny, hot, muggy day. You know, air temps today are going to be in the 80s. And how do you trigger muskies on a day like today? I mean, there's nothing happening. We don't have any storms coming in. These are conditions we as musky anglers, unfortunately, or maybe today, I'm going to tell you, fortunately, face all the time. No environmental change. So you have to create your own action. You have to be the triggering mechanism yourself. Of course, we've got the moon, right? That's our back pocket ace, but it's 8:23 a.m. We're hours and hours away even from the major period. There's no moon phase going on right now. So we don't have that. So what am I doing to trigger strikes under what I'd call less than ideal conditions? I mean, it's a beautiful day. I mean, if you want to go out and have a beer on the pontoon, but when you're trying to catch muskies, it's tough. Factor number 1. Downsize, okay? Throw small presentations. Here I'm throwing the baby depth rater and Fire Tiger, okay? So that's the first thing, is downsize. And 2 is, along with the downsize, we're gonna vary our structures. A lot of times when muskies are not moving in weed structure, which has been the case today, I'm out with my buddy Cannon and we're fishing weeds, haven't seen a thing, so I said, okay, let's go try some rock structure. So downsize and then diversify your types of structure you're fishing. One of the reasons, I've talked about this a lot for years on my channel here, is that rocks can be tremendous producers during cold fronts or just during less than ideal conditions, because you can get your lure in the fish's face. What I'm getting at here is, in the weeds, when the fish sink down and they're in a negative mood, it can be very difficult to get a lure in their face. On the rocks, that's not the case. When the rock muskies are sitting there, they're down as far as they can go, and when you're throwing a crankbait of sorts, whether it be a JB Rattler or a depth raider or a jointed shallow raider or whatever it is, you can get this lure in their face. But really the third point now that I want to talk about, and this is how we caught the fish, is the figure-8. And again, if you're new to musky angling, if you're new musky angler out there, you've probably obviously heard of the figure-8, but you may not know, because I take a lot of clients out and they say, well, Chaz, do I have to do one on every cast? You bet your butt you got to do one on every cast. And you got to make sure that you do a really good figure-8, and maybe more than one figure-8, especially when the conditions are tough. I tell guys, you know, for example, if we catch 100 muskies in a season, how many of them come in the figure-8? 50 of them. That's right, 50 muskies, and those could be the biggest ones of the year. This big old brute we just caught was at the end of the figure-8. I was almost about to pull it out to take another cast, and it just goes to show you, and it goes to show me too, you really have to finish every cast thoroughly. Don't rush your figure-8s, because a lot of times, how many times have we all done that, where we pull the bait out after kind of a lazy figure-8 and the muskie was right there? And if I had done that today, we would have missed the opportunity. And the other thing, I'll leave you with a fourth kind of clue today on these, as far as the strategy is concerned. Depth raiders and figure-8s, you have to be very careful. As I was here, you have to be very careful, because these fish, the depth raider is coming out from the depths, and these fish are following it very deep. You don't see these strikes. They're actually my favorite type of figure-8 strike. I'll tell you real quick, the equipment, a lot of you guys want to know what I'm fishing. This is St. Croix's Legend Elite. This is their 9.0. So 9-foot, medium heavy action, fast power. As far as versatility, I throw just about everything on this rod except for glide raiders. It's too long for that, but for the figure-8, it's fantastic. The line, also a very, very critical part to this whole setup. This is 80-pound test, Joe Bucher Outdoors, bee sprayed. If you guys want bee sprayed, go to the JBO website and get this line. 80-pound test. We'll run this baby DR on a long cast, about 6 foot, maybe 6.5 foot running depth. This is the piano wire steel leader, again a JBO product. I call this the old 981. The actual product code, I believe, if I remember this from memory, is 535981. So if you want this leader, I'll leave that in the description. Medium-sized bait caster is fine. This is a 6.3 to 1. I love this gear ratio for throwing depth raiders. These are the stock hooks. As you can see here, look at that muskie. She actually took a hook right off of that treble. So we got to replace treble hooks. Never be afraid to do that, obviously. And in this case, we have no choice. So there you have it, guys. Less than ideal conditions, small lures, the baby depth raider scores. Again, hope you guys enjoyed this segment. And as always, thanks for watching.
You're watching Season 4 of Musky Mastery Outdoors. Be sure to tune in next week for more exciting and educational musky and multi-species action.